Live from TD Garden, it's the Hockey East semifinals between the UMass Minutemen and the Merrimack Warriors here on 91.1 WMUA. Welcome into the broadcast booth along with my partner, John Ruggiero. I am Jacob Repper, and John, this is my first time here. You've been here a lot, and what a moment this is about to be.
Oh yeah, Jacob, it's always great to be at TD Garden, one of my favorite places in Boston, obviously home of the Bruins and Celtics, and couldn't be more happy to be here for a UMass hockey game.
Let's talk big picture here. Set the stage for me. Where has this UMass team come from, John?
They've come from a long way down at the bottom, Jacob. Before that, they had a great start to the season, 5-1, one of the best starts in the Greg Carvel era. And then UMass going to a ranked stretch of tough opponents, Maine, Boston College, Providence. All of a sudden, they're going into 2026 at a 500 record, but the resurgence has been like another. According to Vaslav Nestersil and Jack Musin, no teams they've been on have had a comeback like this. And up 30 spots in the NPI, second in Hockey East, and they've secured a spot at TD Garden today.
Tell me about this Merrimack team, because like the Minutemen, they had themselves a pretty turbulent start to the season, and then you look at what they've done over the past couple months, especially last week when they did something fantastic.
Yeah, Jacob, I mean, you hear Merrimack and you think, oh, this should be an easy one, but it's not going to be. Merrimack now 4 games above 500, a 19-15-2 record coming in, but they have a losing record in Hockey East. That goes to show how tough this conference is, 2 games below 500 there, but the Warriors have had a great couple of last weeks. Obviously, UMass was able to defeat them in January, but since then the Warriors have been on the rise, and as of late they took down Providence, the #1 team in Hockey East, to secure their spot at TD Garden.
Merrimack was 2-9 in November. They went on a 10-2-1 run in that time. Since now, John, let's talk about players to watch. This is a do-or-die game. You know that. Everyone else knows that. Who's a player on UMass that has to be sensational if they want to win?
It's going to be Michael Ravelli. He has been sensational, Jacob. That is for sure. Comes into today as the reigning Hockey East Player of the Year, the reigning Hockey East Goaltender of the Year, and potential Richter Award winner. And it's just been a fire, Jacob, to say the least. Sub-2 goals against average, a .936 save percentage. So he's the guy to watch for UMass. As for the Warriors, I got to give it to Justin Gill, Jacob, the freshman coming in, 23 years old. He's got some experience, but he's got 35 points on the year, and he was up for the Rookie of the Year award. Obviously, that was won by Roger McQueen, but Justin Gill, he is a major force, the freshman on the first line, second line.
Like you mentioned before, these two teams, they have met before. UMass went 2-0 during that time. That was January 16th. They won 4-2, and they won the next game as well on the 17th, 3-1. John, any final tips perhaps before these two teams drop the puck?
Well, Jacob, I think it's going to be another one of those low-scoring games, you know? I mean, 2 offenses that are all right, but 2 defenses that are pretty good as well. But one thing that needs to be highlighted, the Merrimack power play is one of the best in the nation, second in the nation since January 1st. UMass, they can't be taking any penalties in this one.
They cannot. Let's go down to the ice just a few moments away. The national anthem is going to be underway, and both teams will be as well. What a job and what a way to start a game. Thanks to those 2 respective marching bands, we are just a few seconds away between the 19-15-2 UMass Minutemen and the the 21-12-1 Minutemen, and the 19-15-2 Merrimack Warriors going head-to-head. The Minutemen, they're in their home white jerseys with maroon trim. As for Merrimack, navy blue away jerseys with gold trim from right to left here at TD Garden.
Should be a good one, Jacob. Obviously on YouTube for us. We appreciate you sticking on 91.1. And yeah, I was saying it before the national anthem there, Jacob. Cannot take any penalties. Special teams going to be a big one in this one. But luckily for UMass, they take the least amount of penalties in the nation. Only 6.2 penalty minutes per game. That is most least.
Minutemen top line, Jack Musa, the left winger, 100 points just a few days ago. Jack Galanic centering him, the freshman Vasilav Nestersil, the first rounder at the right wing. On defense, Larry Keenan, the Detroit Red Wings draft pick. Owen Murray, one of the co-captains at his right. And in goal, Michael Robel. You mentioned him before. The numbers have been sensational. Hockey East Player of the Year, Goaltender of the Year for Michael Robel. In his 29th game, 1.99 goals against average, and .926 save percentage. As for Merrimack, they deploy Kalen Fitzpatrick, Parker Lalonde, Caden Cranston, Seamus Powell, Austin Orvetz, and in goal, Max Lundgren for the Warriors. And we're underway here at TD Garden. UMass turns this one over early. It's Kalen Fitzpatrick. He can't get the puck into the offensive zone, so the Minutemen, they'll come away. Here's Jack Galanic, the freshman lefty. On the far side, wraps it around down low to Jack Musa. Musa had a goal and 2 assists in the win over Northeastern. Can't get a shot on goal there, so the Minutemen, they'll have to regroup.
Obviously, some opening jitters playing at TD Garden for the first time for a lot of these guys. Mentioned it on the previous show. Jacob, Owen Murray, Jack Musa, not their first time in this building. Expect for them to be a veteran presence on the ice in this one.
Here's Seamus Powell, the Marcellus, New York native. He throws it into the offensive zone. His brother spent 5 seasons pretty close to TD Garden. Eamon Powell on Boston College, now playing professional hockey. As the Minutemen toss this one into the offensive zone, Justin Kerr there for it. He gives a hit below the goal line, skated out now by the Warriors in the form of Philip Nordberg, and he'll slow things down for the Warriors. Here's Nordberg, the highest drafted player in Merrimack history in the second round by the Ottawa Senators in 2022. That's a prospect, John, that they have a lot of hope for.
No goals on the season, though, for the freshman, but yeah, he's been a big presence on the back end. The freshman standing 6'5", and he's going to need it today in this UMass offense that has been great as of late.
Third line on for the Minutemen. Cam Dunn, the left winger, throws it into the middle. That one is intercepted, so the Warriors, they'll come the other way. Here it is, puck in the neutral zone. Nolan Flamin, the centerman, freshman from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Handful of those Canadians on this Merrimack team. Puck down low below the goal line. Mark Hillier has it, goes around up top to the point, past Colson Hannerhan. This one blocked down by the moment from Cam O'Neill, padded out of the zone by Owen Mellenbacher. And Merrimack, still no shots on goal here between these two teams. John, like you mentioned, maybe some game jitters coming out.
Yeah, I mean, I think we expected this to be a low-scoring game, but as you said, not many chances yet. And yeah, I think with a lot of freshmen on either side, should be some feeling out to do.
Puck in UMass's offensive zone, it's Nick Van Tassel. Slides it across to the near side. Owen Murray can't hold the line. Looked like it was deflected off of Merrimack's stick, so he'll rip it in deep. UMass and Merrimack, they'll go for a partial change. Over 2 minutes gone by here at TD Garden, along with John Ruggiero, Ava Fernandez. I am Jacob Repper, and Merrimack, they ice it. We get our first whistle of the game here.
Decent crowd on hand. Obviously, after this, you got Boston College and UConn coming up at 7 o'clock. That should be a real fun matchup to watch. Whoever wins that will play UMass or Merrimack tomorrow. And TD Garden is loud as of so far.
Face off to the right of Max Lundgren, the junior from Sweden. Couple Swedes on the ice tonight that you'll see. 36 games played. He started in every single game this season as a 19-15-2 record, 2.67 goals against average. That's another guy that has gotten pretty hot for this Merrimack team as of late. Puck in UMass's defensive zone. Coming over is Nestersil. He gives a hit. Now it's Landon Nyes, the freshman defenseman, youngest player on the team for the Minutemen. And Jack Musa skating after it on the forecheck. Seamus Powell can't handle it. He'll slow things down. 3 minutes gone by here at TD Garden. No score in the Hockey East semifinals. Now the Warriors coming the other way. Ryan O'Connell, he gets taken down. Fans want a call. At least the Merrimack ones want one. They won't get one. Now the Minutemen, 3-on-2. Jack Galanick trying to go inside out. But a nice move on Austin Orovets, the junior defenseman. But the Minutemen, they still have it. Slide it up top to Owen Murray. Quick pass across the far side. Banks off the boards in front of the Merrimack bench. Pushing it down low is Larry Keenan. Puck now along the near half wall. Pinching in is Owen Murray. O'Connell there for it for the Warriors. And he'll try to clear it out. He won't, though. The Minutemen, they still have it. Kept in by Larry Keenan. Long shot from the point. Banks off the end boards. Live bounce out to Murray. But Murray will regroup as it came the other way for the Merrimack Warriors. Daniel Astapovich speared it in, and they'll go on the forecheck.
Bo Kosman's still on the ice right now. He'll ladle it in and goes for a change. He's missed the last couple of games for what I'm assuming was an injury. Back into the lineup, and he was a key piece that UMass missed in the bottom six.
Puck in UMass's offensive zone. It comes out to center. Settling it down, it's Caden Cranston. He rips it across to the far side. Now Parker Lalonde. The Hockey East all-rookie team, he gets stapled in the far corner boards by Francesco Del Elche, who looks to get a pass back, turned over by the Minutemen. Here's Nick Pierre on the forehand, driving down low, wraps it out in front. No-look backhander. That gets denied by Mikey D'Angelo, and now the Minutemen come maybe 1-on-2. It's Lucas Klechka. Klechka, the freshman, slides it across to Hanrahan. Great shot goes over the netting and out of the zone. The Minutemen with their first grade A chance, and that one is just pulled. Now Nick Pierre on the backhand, slides it out to the middle. Merrimack looking to answer back themselves. Far circle shot. That one might have banked off the post. Rebound in front. Save Michael Robel. His first of the game on Nick Pierre. And now both teams are going at it.
Only the first shot on goal of the day, and it comes for Merrimack there. Original try went wide of the right post, and then Michael Rabel had to make a save. And then some jousting after the whistle with Colson Hanrahan. Before that, Hanrahan had a chance to shoot it. Just wide of the left post on the other end.
So the face-off will be to the right of Max Lundgren. It's a Merrimack team that scores 3.2 goals per game. That's 17th in the nation. So their offense, it is certainly there, led by a handful of players. Most notably Justin Gill, number 23. We'll talk about him in a little bit. But they have 3 players with over 30 points, John. So this is a potent Merrimack offense.
Yeah, and UMass can't say the same, Jacob. So, I mean, it goes to show the top-heavy group that will put some points on the board for the Warriors. And we mentioned it. It's Gill, it's Lalonde, it's Nick Pierre, Trevor Hoskin as well.
And speaking of Trevor Hoskin, it looks like he's in the penalty box right now. So it's a 5-on-4. He must have missed that, John. And the Minutemen have a power play. Right now the puck's hung up in front of the Merrimack bench. But that's how I read it.
Yeah, that would be correct. Jacob must have been for after the whistle on Colson Hanrahan. So we're still getting used to the acoustics and sights here at TD Garden. Obviously, UMass on the power play, still a minute to go.
80% on the power play. That's 35th nationally, and they have it out in front. Great shot from Jack Musa. Deflects out in front. I believe that was Philip Nordberg on the tip and got it up into the netting.
That was one of the Warriors out in front there. Not sure which one, but regardless, it was a great stick on the puck. That was a grade A chance for Jack Musa, looking for the top left corner of the net.
Face off to the left of Lundgren. Minutemen, Merrimack, no score. 1 minute and 3 seconds left on the penalty by Hoskin. Minutemen win it. Here's Del Elche. Wrist shot blocked down out in front by Nolan Flamand. And the Minutemen can't hold the zone.
Jacob, should have been a penalty on Lucas Olvestad. Down went Nolan Flamand.
So the Minutemen get away with the one here and look to spring free. Here's Nick Van Tassel centering it out in front. Save by Lundgren. He gets bumped in the process. No whistle, strangely. Or maybe there was, John, and we just couldn't hear it. But fists are being thrown down there.
Yeah, it continues, Jacob. It's getting nasty already. Not even 7 minutes in. These two teams do not like each other. A chance out in front there. Van Tassel tried to center it, but it ended up going right onto Lundgren, who clearly had that all the way. And I mean, it was hard to hear the whistle and as to when it came, but It did not matter for the players around Lundgren. They were throwing hands.
Face off to the left of Lundgren. Justin Kerr, the centerman. He's got Lucas Olvestad on his right and Jack Kalanick on his left. The Minutemen win it back, but a little bit too much, so they'll have to regroup in their own zone. 30 seconds left on the opening power play for the Minutemen. Here's Nick Van Tassel. He loses the puck at the offensive blue line, and it's tossed out of the zone by the Warriors. Now Francesco Del Elche, the Avalanche draft pick in his sophomore year here, has aspirations to be captain one day, but the Minutemen turn this one over. Going the other way is Lucas Olvestad, defending nicely on the captain. And UMass will regroup. Here's Del Elche, centering it up the far side, intercepted by Kalen Fitzpatrick. What a shift from him.
Yeah, that was Fitzpatrick coming ahead, Jacob, like you said, the captain, and was able to poke it away from UMass and get a chance towards the net. Wasn't able to get it on Michael Rabel, though, but Merrimack killed the penalty.
Hoskin out of the box, 5-on-5 we skate. 12:45 left here in the first period. Merrimack dumps it in deep. UMass regrouping defensively. Colson Hanrahan gives a hit by Hoskin fresh out of the box. Spearing it forward is Gill. UMass has it on the far side. Cam Dunn, the third liner, chips it high off the glass. Merrimack, they'll rack this one back into their zone. Michael Rabel makes his second save of the game. And the Minutemen flutter it up and into the penalty box for a whistle.
UMass has got to reset here. I believe they're going to potentially get immediate timeout here, but if they don't, they'll have the defensive zone draw to take place. And yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting game so far. Merrimack leading shots 2-1, but as I was saying, that was not a great power play for the Minutemen. It really wasn't. Only the one shot on goal, so have to get some better looks against this Merrimack team.
Face off in UMass defensive zone. Almost 8 minutes gone by here. No score. UMass and Merrimack. Owen Mellenbacher, the transfer on the dot for the Minutemen. That's a guy they're looking to get hot. 13 games with a goalless streak for the transfer. And a big hit there is taken by Colson Hanrahan. That's going to be another Minutemen power play. It was Michael Emerson stapled Hanrahan in his own zone along the far half wall. Hanrahan looks to be okay, but John, Merrimack's lucky if that's only two.
Yeah, the Hurricanes draft pick out of New York. He'll go to the box. I think it was 2 minutes for boarding, if I heard correctly. So UMass gets another chance on the man advantage.
We're going to step aside. We'll be right back. No score. UMass and Merrimack from TD Garden on 91.1 WMUA. Welcome back here at TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. The Minutemen, they're going to get their second power play of the night. It was a hit by Kalen Fitzpatrick on Colson Hanrahan, and it will be a 2-minute power play for the Minutemen, not even 8 minutes into the first. Excuse me, that was Michael Emerson in the penalty box, so he'll sit for the next two. Face off to the right of Lundgren. And the Warriors will win this back. John, what are you looking for differently from that first power play?
Well, you're not looking for this, Jacob. Already Merrimack clearing it down the ice. So not ideal, and it looks like UMass won the faceoff as well. So, I mean, you just got to get better passing, got to get the puck to the inside. Merrimack doing a good job keeping it outward.
Merrimack good at special teams as well, 81.3%. That's top 30 in the nation. They'll be at work again here. 30 seconds gone by in the UMass power play. Puck along the near corner boards. Jack Musa digging for it like a child on the beach. And that one is ladled all the way down. Merrimack doing a good job killing off more time of the Minutemen.
Already 45 seconds gone here. Jacob not ideal on the man advantage.
Here's Vaslav Nestrasil through the neutral zone, corralling his way in. Rips that one along the boards. Chasing after it in the far side is Daniel Yenchko. Little 17-on-17 battle there with Cam Kungle. And yet again, Merrimack, they fish it out and saucer it all the way down. 55 seconds left here on the Massachusetts power play.
Good clear by Philip Nordberg there. Pushed Nestrasil to the ice and sent it down the river.
Here's Francesco Del Elche. He passes it to his right now. Nick Van Tassel gives it to Justin Kerr. Justin Kerr feeds it into the middle. Race shot. That one goes well wide. Shot from Jack Galanick. Galanick down low below the goal line. Now Justin Kerr coming over to help. Pops out to Lucas Olvestad. Olvestad's got time. 30 seconds left on the UMass power play. Long stretch pass to the far side. Van Tassel shimmies it down low. Far corner bumper shot, save, rebound in front. Jack Galanick had a grade A opportunity, but he couldn't beat Lundgren. Minutemen still have it. Here's Lucas Olvestad. Slows it down. Bumper position intercepted by Philip Nordberg, and he tosses it out. That will do it for the Minutemen power play. 0 for 2 on the night.
UMass got the first bumper try off with Galenic. Good save by Lundgren, but then Galenic tried to feed it out front again to Kerr, and that time it wasn't available.
Only one shot on the power play, 2 shots apiece for both these two teams at the halfway mark here in the first period. Merrimack looking to gain some momentum after killing off 2 Massachusetts power plays. Here's Nick Pierre. He'll snap it in deep, but it'll be whistled down for, I believe that was an icing. A little bit too short of that red line.
Jacob, something else you have to keep in mind here. This is obviously an NHL-sized rink. UMass used to a couple more feet on either end of the ice. So, I mean, the boards come up quick there. We saw Justin Kerr kind of misplay one, expecting the puck, I think, to slow down a little bit. So perhaps the ice a little bit smoother as well. And also the sight lines are different as well. And it's also louder. This is a huge arena. Seats about 18 to 19,000 people. So you got to stay focused.
And Coach Carville talked about that earlier this week in media, that he's going to lean on the guys that have been here before. Merrimack shoots this one all the way down. Robble makes his 3rd save of the evening, but said he's got to lean on the guys that have been before. You think back, John, to 2022, the Minutemen, they were here in TD Garden in the semifinals, though it didn't go their way.
Yeah, I was here too, Jacob, with the great Matty Poplawski, and as you said, it was a thumping by Boston College, to say the least. I think it was a 7-1, 8-1 final.
8-1 final.
Something like that, yeah. So definitely don't want to repeat that this evening, that's for sure.
9:42 left here in the first period. Why don't we go down to Ava Fernandez whenever she's ready. Ava, take it away.
Thanks, guys. So funny to be up in the booth here today. I'm actually so excited. The game so far that you can just see in TD Garden, there's like a whole entire stadium of just Merrimack fans on one side, and then UMass is right below. So every single time there's like a shot on goal, it's just one side of the arena is cheering and the other side is booing. So it's really just rotating. UMass has had 2 power plays so far and only 2 shots on goal for 10 minutes in the game, which I feel like is pretty unlikely. We haven't really seen that so far.
That's a good point there, Ava, and great reporting up here from the booth. John, you mentioned the build-out layout. We're not used to having Ava up here. Maybe we could get her down there, but unfortunately our receiver only goes so far.
Yeah, 9 floors up to the booth here at TD Garden, and yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful building, to say the least, and I'm so happy that the fans have just about packed it. Lots of UMass faithful in the crowd, but I'd give the edge to Merrimack here in terms of the amount of fans, especially since, I mean, this is technically a home game for the Minutemen, given that they're the 2 seed and Merrimack's the 8 seed, but Merrimack, they're only a couple miles north of Boston.
Merrimack has their second line on. Justin Gill, Trevor Hoskin, Nick Pierre. Going Up against UMass's top line, Galanic, Nestrasil, and Musa to the left of Michael Robel. Guy, like we mentioned before, Hockey East Player of the Year. UMass's third ever, along with Trevino and McCarr. The shot from the point doesn't get through. Intercepted by Larry Keenan. Puck along the near half wall. Vaslav Nestrasil in there as well. 31 points on the year for Nestrasil. Talked to him after last week's performance. Said 25 was the number. So certainly happy for him to get that number as he skates here. Here's a shot from the far side. That one misses the net. Well past Lundgren. UMass has to go back for it. John, we've seen that so far a couple times. UMass missing the net and then having to come back for it in their own zone.
Yeah, just not hitting the cage right now. And you got to test Max Lundgren, who is a solid goaltender, but he has his weaknesses.
Jack Galanic moves it over to Jack Musa. He tosses it in deep. UMass goes for a partial change, and they'll try to set up offensively. Nick Van Tassel battling valiantly, gets it out in front. That one taken away. Now Merrimack coming 2-on-2 the other way. It's Trevor Hoskin, feeds it to the middle, looking for Pierre, but a nice defensive stick by Owen Murray. Minutemen trying to come the other way. Believe we got a whistle for an offsides there, or maybe the puck popped into the Merrimack bench.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Again, it's just hard to tell from up here. You can barely hear the whistles as they come, so I think you're right, Jacob. It'll just be a neutral zone face-off.
Even more reason we need Ava Fernandez down there for the next time. Maybe next year. Oh, just kidding.
They're going to make the face-off come back towards the UMass bench here, so that much closer towards Minutemen zone.
Face-off just feet in front of the Minutemen bench. UMass loses this one. Mikey D'Angelo on the dot for the Minutemen. Merrimack, they'll rack this one in deep. Puck swirls around the far side, chopped out of the zone by the Minutemen. Here's Nick Van Tassel. He'll backhand it in deep, go for a change. And Merrimack, they'll look to break out of their own zone. It's Ethan Byer. His birthday was just 2 days ago, along with another birthday boy, Mark Hillier. How about that? Certainly would like a birthday present here and keeping their season going with the win over the Minutemen. Down low below the goal line, it's Lucas Kletchka. Slides it quickly back up top of the point. Shot blocked down in front by Byer, and he'll toss it out.
It's a good job by Kletchka to win the race. Would have been icing, and then that created a chance for UMass to shoot it towards the net. Just wasn't able to get it on.
Here's Justin Kerr, one-on-one. Kerr inside, can't get the handle. Saved by Lundgren. He gets twirled around by the stick of Kerr, spearing it into the glove. But Lundgren with the save, and Kerr oh so close to a goal.
I'm not even sure he got a shot away there, Jacob. The Merrimack player with some good defense in front, and that puck was sliding to Lundgren's right, and he just dove on it. Seamus Powell was the defender, hindering the progress of Kerr, wasn't able to get to the loose puck.
Face off to the left of Lundgren. UMass with their third line out there. Owen Mellenbacher loses the face-off yet again. That's a guy, worst face-off margin on the team, right around 37%. And for the Minutemen, right around 48th nationally. So that's an area that probably one of the biggest weaknesses on this UMass team is on that red dot.
Luckily for them, Merrimack's not so good either.
Here's a shot from the sharp angle to the left of Michael Robel. We'll talk about that in just a sec, John. Pass back up top of the point. Shot from the point, gets deflect down. Puck trickles down low below the goal line. Little one-on-one battle there between Landon Nyes and Daniel Astapovich. They slide it back up top to the point. It's Powell. D-to-D pass. Michael Robel makes the save. Might have gone wide of the net. And maybe a little extra festivities. Now, these referees, they're going to have to monitor the physicality because these two teams, they do not like each other.
Yeah, that's to say the least. I mean, we've already seen one penalty called. I believe it was against Trevor Hoskin for some extracurriculars after the whistle. And it continues here, but Merrimack doing some good things offensively, now up to 5 shots compared to the Minutemen's 2. And I mean, you look at the numbers, these two teams shoot and give up shots at right around the same pace against each other. UMass with 988 shots on goal this season, 44th in the nation. Merrimack with 1,009, 39th.
You didn't count that by hand, did you, John?
No, I hope someone didn't have to do that. Those stats are courtesy College Hockey News.
Puck trickles down low below UMass's defensive goal line. Gets slid up top to the point for Merrimack. The long shot, that one catches the skate of Michael Robble. Rebound out in front, goes over the lid of Robble. I don't know if he saved that initial shot, but a good look from Robble. Now the Minutemen, they looking to come the other way. Here's Jack Galanick. His shot gets blocked down in front. Banks off the near corner boards by the captain. He'll reverse course. And both these two teams will go for a partial change. 6:20 left here in the first period. No score. Minutemen and Warriors. Winner goes on to the Hockey East Championship. Here's a touch pass out in front. Skating quickly after it is Gill. Gill gives a hit along the near corner boards. Gets a little help from Pierre there. Now Hoskin comes over. These three are quite the trifecta. Minutemen going to have to defend here. Here's Pierre. Wrist shot. That one blocked down in front by Del Elche. Scooped up for the moment by D'Angelo. Minutemen, though, they can't get it out. Down low in the far corner, Pierre. Sharp angle shot deflects off Robble. And it is guided out of the zone by, I believe that was Nick Van Tassel. And Merrimack, they'll come right the other way.
It's very clear what their game plan is, Jacob. The Warriors, that is. And it just gets shots on Michael Robble, especially low ones. Michael Robble struggles giving up rebounds on his pads.
Here's Nick Van Tassel centering feet out in front. Daniel Yenchko gives a hit. Couldn't haul that puck in. Slid off the toe of his stick. Gets a little help from Justin Kerr. Now Yenchko yet again. 15 and 13 passing down low. That shot from the point. Murray's shot goes through. Saved by Lundgren. Minutemen can't get that rebound. And it is tossed out of the zone by the Warriors. Enough for an icing.
Yeah, that puck was right in the slot there. A couple players from either side whacking at it, but the guy that got the best wood on it was Ethan Byer, the freshman from Denver, Colorado. Unfortunately for him, it goes for an icing, but good job of getting the puck out of dodge.
Face off to the left of Lundgren. 5:07 left, no score. UMass and Merrimack. Face off to the left of Lundgren. UMass with their second line on. Justin Kerr, Lucas Klechka, Daniel Yenchko. And they can't win this one back yet again. Minutemen will have to try to find that puck some other way. This one is tossed into the offensive zone for the Warriors by Mark Hillier. Kept in at the point. The shot deflected through. Michael Robble had his blocker on the ground. Didn't have to make a save. Got lucky. Puck pops up into UMass's defensive zone. Skated out by Justin Kerr. Tries to make a toe drag move 1-on-3. The rest of his line mates went for a change. And Merrimack, they'll look to push the envelope the other way. Landon Nye's in his own zone. Headmans it up the ice to Kerr. Tapped up and into the Merrimack bench by Cam O'Neill. We get a whistle with 4:21 left here in the first period. No score between these two teams. 6 shots Merrimack, 3 for the Minutemen. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back on 91.1 WMU. Back here at TD Garden, Boston, Massachusetts, UMass and Merrimack. No score, 4:20 gone by. Face off in the neutral zone. Both these two teams looking for a chance to go to the Hockey East Championship. This one whistled down UMass defensive zone, believe for a hand pass. But John, let's go big picture here. You did it at the start, but why don't we take that a step further? For the Minutemen, right now 13th in the NPI. Merrimack, they're not ranked in the NPI, so they have to win the Hockey East Championship. For the Minutemen, though, there are a couple situations, I'll give it to you, where they can get in.
Yeah, Jacob, I've got it all right here in front of me. Luckily, it's been shrunk down to the massive amount of situations before, but obviously if UMass loses, they're done. That's the end of their season, I believe. That is 99% certain. But if UMass wins and then they lose, no ECAC and Big Ten upsets can happen. UMass would be in 15th, and that is, again, win this game but lose tomorrow night. And then they would get in, but they can't have the Clarksons and the Princetons or the Ohio States of the world winning. So, and then obviously the other example is UMass wins the Hockey East title, and they make it.
So something to watch out for the Minutemen. John, you said a lot of great things there, but to keep it simple, if they keep winning, they'll get in.
Exactly, and they have kept winning.
That's right. Minutemen on the year, 21 wins. You look at what they did at the beginning of the year, 9-9. They really resurged, and here's the Minutemen. They get a chance here. Owen Murray, his shot deflects over the cage, but they still have it. Cam Dunn winds it around maybe a little bit too quick. Larry Keenan can't hold that puck in, jumped on his stick, and he'll toss it in. UMass will go for a change. 3:30 left here in the first period. Lalonde almost had a chance the other way, and it looks like he'll get one yet again. Puck in the neutral zone. Lalonde has it. Goes off his stick. Coming back for is Nestersil. And the Minutemen now, they'll try to come up the ice. Musa winds it into the offensive zone. 100 career points for him. 3 points last game. Now Nestersil. Musa shot over the crossbar. Best look of the day. Jack Musa usually won't miss those. But the Minutemen toss it too high. Here's Nestersil. He still has it, however. Tries to wind it around the far side. Intercepted by Fitzpatrick. Now headbanded up the ice to Gill. Here's Gill. Tries to split the D. Michael Robble comes out, plays it with his stick. Good defense from Robble. And now the Minutemen come the other way. Maybe numbers for them. Nestersil, he'll shoot this one into Powell. Skating quickly after it is Cosman. And turned over now. Cosman, far circle. Can't get a handle on it. Passes a little bit too far out of his way. Now Merrimack. Here's Gill. Far circle shot. Saved by Robble with the stick. His water bottle's on the ice right in front of him. He's going to pat that one into his own cage. And the Minutemen will take it up the ice.
They'll pick it up now and put it back on the top. But I want to go all the way back to that Nestersil Musa chance. Shades of last weekend against Northeastern, but this time it was Nestersil grabbing the turnover over to Musa for a one-timer, just missed.
Turnover down low below the goal line by the Warriors. Nick Van Tassel trying to get in on it. Nick Pierre gets bumped off the puck by the 6'5" Van Tassel. Van Tassel playing with the puck in the near corner boards. He's got Powell on his left hip. Puck pops out onto the tape of Mikey D'Angelo. D'Angelo dangling out of the way of the ref. Nice play by him, and now he slides it down low to Van Tassel. Minutemen controlling but not shooting. Centering it out in front. Powell pushes it aside. Daniel Yenchko now trying to get in on the action. Van Tassel centering out in front. Intercepted. And now coming the other way is, I believe, that's Ty Deneau. And we'll get a whistle here for an icing. Faceoff will come back into UMass's defensive zone with 1:24 left here in the first period. No score.
Jacob, all of a sudden, this period's just about over. I feel like it's gone relatively quickly, and both sides still just trying to fill each other out here, you know. I mean, some chances either way. A couple of great A's, just nothing going.
Merrimack with 7 shots on goal. UMass with 4. You mentioned the shots before. Face off to the right of Michael Robble. UMass will win this one back. Lucas Olvestad banks it off the glass, and that actually kisses the camera right on that blue line there. So they'll have to do that yet again, probably in their own defensive zone.
I've never seen that. Obviously, lots of electronics here at TD, and you're right, Jacob. They've got, well, that might be a microphone, but because there's 2 of them. Let's say it's a camera, microphone, a camera, whatever. I mean, that doesn't happen in a college hockey rink, right? So, I I mean, that's interesting to see there. I don't think I've seen that happen in any Bruins games here.
What's that, Nesson probably down there?
Probably, yeah.
Speaking of cameras as well, we've got our own up here. We apologize for not being on FM, but making it happen here on YouTube. Here's Justin Kerr, pedals it down low for the galloping Keenan. Keenan will peel back. It'll be settled down by the Warriors before they skip that one all the way down the river and whistle down for an icing.
Yeah, I mean, 4 shots through 1 period is just not going to cut it for the Minutemen. Luckily for them, only 7 for the Warriors, so it's clearly a very even game so far. So, I mean, UMass, they've had the ability to get outshot. It looked like they're being dominated, but somehow still win. And at this point, they're not being dominated, they're being outshot, but they've had their fair share of chances, so I'd say things are okay right now for the Minutemen.
Face off to the right of Lunger, and Minutemen lose this one. They'll come back into their own zone, look to start up the ice. Nestersill looking for a little nifty pass through the legs. Tries to get it to Keenan, but that one is taken away by Cam Gungle. One of a couple transfers on this team. Played at Lake Superior State his freshman year. Only has 1 goal in the year. That came at Stonehill some many, many months ago. Feels like years ago at this point. 25 seconds left here in the first period. Minuteman Merrimack, no score. It'll be settled down below the goal line by Ethan Byer. You'll hear some jeers and some cheers depending on which crowd you're listening to. And the Minutemen, they won't press here. Just 10 seconds left. Byer has it. Lundgren squatted down below his cage so he can see it. Taken away by Musa. Musa far circle, centering out in front. Shot Galenic. Rebound in front. UMass can't get on it. 0 seconds hits the clock. And the Minutemen with a golden opportunity. Byer just playing with it. Unfortunately for UMass, they do not score.
Yeah, that would have been a gift and a half from Ethan Byer. You talked about it, Jacob. He was just kind of sitting behind the net there, waiting for the play to develop, and then all of a sudden the seconds were taken down, and he just kind of forced it up the far side. Musa took it over. Galenic had a chance out front, just wide, trying to center it back out, and well, UMass wasn't not able. I don't even think they got a shot away on that chance there. So Minutemen got to do a better job of capitalizing on their chances, that's for sure.
No score after 20 minutes of play. We are going to step aside. John Ruggiero, Jacob Repper, Ava Fernandez here on 91.1 WMUA. back to TD Garden. UMass and Merrimack, no score here in the semifinal games. John Ruggiero, Ava Fernandez, Jacob Repper here. John, we'll just start right here. Let's take a look at the stats. UMass on the faceoff dot, 33%, Merrimack 66%. That speaks to a lot of what we saw in the first.
Yeah, not ideal at all for the Minutemen there, Jacob, and it just can't happen. It really can't. You mentioned Owen Mellenbacher and his poor faceoff percentage, 0 for 5 in the first period, and that's what happens. UMass outshot because of that, despite having 2 power plays, which they came up empty on. Lots to improve on in this middle frame.
UMass from right to left this period, Merrimack from left to right. As we take a look at the referees for tonight, Alex Berard and Stephen Roulard, the referees. Linesmen Bill Kingdon and Jeff McCarkle. UMass has it in their offensive zone. Vaslav Nestersil whacks it up top to the point. Owen Murray there for it, sealing off the offensive blue line, but can't do it good enough. It's taken away now. Here's Nolan Fullman, passes it to the near side for Caden Cranston. Cranston whacks it in deep. Centering it out in front was Kalen Fitzpatrick. A dangerous opportunity there as Merrimack comes out hot. Here's Fitzpatrick getting worked on by Keenan. Has it on the backhand, slides it back up top to the point. Blocked down by Jack Galanick. Here's Fitzpatrick yet again, captain. On the backhand, he's got help in his back pocket in Caden Cranston, but the Minutemen will take this one away. Here's Jack Musa. Can't chip it in the air. He loses the handle, but gets it right back. Good play by Musa to get it in Nestersil, and UMass goes for their first change of the period.
Nestersil wanted to keep going there, expected Musa to come from behind him and then get it deep in the zone, but Musa went for the change, and he played on.
We get our first whistle of the second period, 1 minute and 13 seconds in. This is a UMass team that is 8-2 in their last 10 games. We talked about it before. They have really risen up the rankings, the Hockey East rankings, the NPI, but also Merrimack 7-3 in their last 10 games. I was listening to a podcast earlier, listening to Trevor Hoskin. He said that the beginning of the year was terrible, but on Christmas morning, they lugged the players out of bed to practice, and he said from that moment on, they went on to beat Vermont, and they went on to have themselves a pretty good second half of the season. He said the parents weren't very happy, but he felt like that was the turning point.
This could be a turning point here, Jacob. A power play for Merrimack off a tripping penalty by Lucas Olvestad.
So Olvestad, he'll go to the box. Like you mentioned there, and Merrimack, they get their first power plays. We see it on the big board there. That's a penalty.
Jacob, we talked about it before the game. You cannot let this Merrimack power play get going. Second best in the nation since January 1st. 6th best in the nation all season, 27%.
And I'll add that they're 0-9-1 without a power play goal. Yet to have a win as Jack Musa comes streaking free. Yet to have a win when they don't score on the power play. Good job from Musa killing off more time. He'll take it back in his own defensive zone. Minutemen doing a great job killing off the initial 20 seconds as Owen Murray rifles this one in deep. UMass will get a change, and they'll send out the PK2 unit.
That's exactly what you want to see against a good power play. UMass 80% penalty kill, 35th in the nation.
And another takeaway there. Owen Murray sends it all the way down yet again, the second time this shift. 40 seconds gone by in the Merrimack power play. Here's Powell. Last season led the team in assists and points. Hasn't been quite there, but has been a good contributor on the power play. He takes it in deep, puck along the near corner boards. Owen Mellenbacher comes out, and he shoots that one down in on goal. UMass's first shot of the period with 60 seconds left. Good job from UMass. Here's Powell. He's got his head up, options to his left and right. Comes in slowly into the offensive zone, peels off of Musa. Tries to pass it back up top to the point for Hoskin. Hoskin rattles it down low below the goal line, and Gill has it on the backhand, tries to peel it up top to the point, gets a little help, now shovels it down low. Here's Hoskin on the goal line. Michael Robel comes out, plays it with his stick, and the Minutemen shoot it all the way down on goal. Their 4th time of the power play, 30 seconds left on the Merrimack PP.
Great defense by Delalce and Hanrahan. Hanrahan getting in the passing lane, deflecting a chance, and then Delalce clears it down.
Lalonde Gets it from King. He smacks it down low. Fitzpatrick is there for it. Shoveled around to the near side for Nathan King. King has it at the blue line. Passes it quickly down into the near corner boards, looking for Flamand. And UMass does another good job. They'll clear it out, and that will do it. The Minutemen kill off the penalty kill just 3 minutes into the second period. Both teams skate on 0-0. Larry Keenan trying to clear it out. That one whistled down for an offsides. But John, you mentioned it there. This Merrimack power play so potent. Minutemen PK, though, they're pretty good. And to start a period, that's a great way to start.
Well, I don't really know if I agree, Jake. UMass penalty kill not great on the season. I mean, any good PK is around 80%. That's exactly what UMass is right now. But that just goes to show that was that much better of a penalty kill right there. A great one. I don't think it's going to get much better than that. So UMass needs more defense just like they had there.
3 minutes, 50 seconds gone by here. Second period, no score. Minutemen surging through the offensive zone. Here's Cosman on the forehand. He gets taken down. No call there. Didn't get a shot off, but the Minutemen keep playing on. Here's Owen Murray, the co-captain. Shot on goal, save by Lundgren with the blocker, and Merrimack comes the other way. Two good opportunities there from the Minutemen.
It's a great chance by Bo Kosman. He had that near side open, just wasn't able to get the puck back to his forehand.
Here's Van Tassel in on the forecheck. Fourth line on for the Minutemen, D'Angelo and Cosman. Now it's taken away the other way by Ty Deneau. Deneau will chuck it in deep. Far corner it goes for Ryan O'Connell. Minutemen can't clear it out. It's chopped back in. Pucks rolls around to the near half wall. Ownful man gives a bump in the offensive zone. Merrimack, they'll shoot it right back in. Shots back up to 7-7. We get a whistle for an icing. A little bit of a choppy start here in the second.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit choppy, obviously, by UMass. You take a penalty, and luckily for them, they killed it off with great success, and then they had a chance back the other way that Bo Kosman probably should bury. Got a couple of those so far. This could be a 3-0 game in favor of UMass. Yeah, I mean, the chances are exactly the same, 7-7, as you said, but in terms of dangerous scoring chances, UMass with a much bigger lead there.
Face off to the left of Max Lundgren, one back by the Minutemen. Here's Jensko, his shot from the point, saved by Lundgren, rebound in front, that one slides right through the crease. Justin Kerr missed the goal by about 2 inches. Kerr still has it. Hanrahan keeps it in. Lucas Klechko rips one past the blocker of Lundgren and out of the zone.
Poor way to end that rush, but Justin Kerr on the rebound gets it through Lundgren's legs just wide.
Kerr chips it in deep. Jensko jockeying after it. Now pass back up top to Nyes. Nyes rattles it off the end boards. We're going to get a penalty here. Waits to be seen who it's on. Minutemen touch it, which means it should be on them. And it is. Let's hear the call.
Ref doesn't have his mic on. James, it's going to be a high stick on Daniel Jensko. And Owen Murray and Olva said not happy with the call. Ooh, yeah. I mean, probably inadvertent contact, but can't get your stick up in a player's face, that's for sure.
So Merrimack gets their second power play of the period here. 26 power play percent on the year. That ranks 10th in the nation. They'll set up offensively. Here's King, far side shot, blocked down in front by Larry Keenan. He's on his knees, out front for Fitzpatrick, pops into the glove of Michael Robel. His first save on the power play.
What a block by Keenan. And I don't know if it was him or Galenic that poked that one away. Eventually went into the glove of Grabel. It was Galenic. Great defense by UMass.
UMass will shoot this one out, killing off more power play time for Merrimack. 1:35 left here in their second power play. 6 minutes gone by here in the second period. Both teams still looking for the first goal. Here's Lalonde, passes it to his left. Gets it out in front, looking for Flamand. He gets bumped to the near corner boards. Minutemen cleared out yet again. Feeling like deja vu for the Minutemen. They've really figured out how to deny this Merrimack power play. Now Ethan Byer drops it off back to Parker Lalonde. Hockey East all-rookie team, 1 of 2 on this Merrimack team. Puck in the far side. Fitzpatrick shot over the shrugging shoulder of Michael Robble. Puck stays in, however. Merrimack reverses course. Lalonde gets bumped by Owen Murray. Down low to Fitzpatrick. Centers it out in front for Flamand. Back up top to King. King goes D to D. Merrimack slowing it down, not shooting. Minutemen looking to block shots. Far circle. A wrist shot over the shoulder of Michael Robble yet again. And Owen Murray tries to clear it out. He does so unsuccessfully. 35 seconds left in the Merrimack power play. This UMass PK has been on for almost the entire time. Here's Pierre. Far circle, one-time shot saved by Robble. Flamand out in front, looking to stuff it home, and Robble makes the save. And now Olvestad throwing his fists in the air on the captain, and fans are in disbelief.
Down goes Kalen Fitzpatrick, probably by his own weight. Looked like a bit of a dive there. But before that, Michael Rabel, 2 stupendous saves. A one-time chance, went from his left to his right, stopped it, and then the follow-up by Fitzpatrick, also denied.
.22 seconds left on Merrimack's second power play. Minutemen send out their second penalty-killing unit. On defense for the Minutemen, Francesco Del Elche, Jack Musa, as well as Jack Galanick and Larry Keenan. Now it's taken away by the Minutemen. They come 3-on-1, shorthanded. Jack Galanick centering out in front, looking for Musa right through the high slot. An odd man rush opportunity for UMass shorthanded. Jack Musa certainly knows how to find shorthanded goals. Couldn't find that one that time.
It's a brilliant feed by Galenic. Musa has to be there for that.
And the Minutemen, they kill off the penalty. Both teams 2 for 2 in penalty killing tonight. Puck slides all the way down. That will be an icing and an offensive zone face-off for the Minutemen.
I mean, if you told me before this game that UMass would take back-to-back penalties in a game tied at 0-0, I'd say that game's not going to be tied anymore once those 2 power plays are through, but that is not the case here. A brilliant job by the penalty kill.
And a big reason why as well, Michael Robble, even strength on the season, 946. A man down, he's at 875. So certainly a key to this game. Puck in UMass's offensive zone, flipping it off the glass is Seamus Powell, looking to spear it ahead to Trevor Hoskin. Let the Minutemen regroup in their own zone. Rattle it up the far side. Powell's there for it. Nick Van Tassel as well. Jumping over it is Bo Cosman trying to get to the bench. And Merrimack, they'll come the other way. Here's Austin Orovets. Michigan State transfer, spent 2 seasons there, only 8 points in 46 games, but has had himself a little bit of a resurgence. 1 goal, 10 assists, 11 points. Merrimack gains the offensive zone. Lucas Olvestad's there for it. He works it ahead to Cam Dunn up the far side. Here's Dunn, the sophomore, puts on the brakes, slows things down, makes a man fall to his knees. Dunn on the backhand, winds it down low, rattles off the end boards. Minutemen trying to set up, but just can't find the shooting lanes. Merrimack, they'll take it out.
Oftentimes, UMass tries to tries to make the dazzling move, the unexpected move, and that ends up surprising their fellow teammates. There was Cam O'Neill through the legs looking for Mellenbacher, and Owen Mellenbacher was just not there for it.
Puck suspended in the neutral zone. It's slapped in by Daniel Astapovic. Down low below the goal line. And the Minutemen look to start up the ice. Cam Dunn looking for the puck as it bounces over his head, getting worked on by Ethan Byer. Byer and company curled up along UMass's offensive blue line. Puck squirts out to Daniel Yenchko skating after it, but Yenchko can't get there in time. Merrimack will come the other way. Ryan denies down low below the goal line. Colson Hanrahan there. He gives a bump to Mark Hillier. Up top, that shot blocked down out in front. Flamand had a shot blocked out. by Daniel Yenchko with his stick. He's got a broken stick. He'll have to go to the bench, and the Minutemen kill off that chance.
The first one was actually, it was hand or hand, Jacob diving across from his left to his right, a brilliant block, and then Yenchko blocked another with his stick.
We get a whistle, not really sure what the whistle's for, maybe an icing.
I think so.
So the puck will go in UMass's defensive zone to the left of Michael Robel. Owen Mellenbacher, like you mentioned earlier, John, 0 for 5 in that first period on the face-off dot for the Minutemen here. Just 15 seconds away from the halfway mark. Mellenbacher, he'll win this one, but prematurely, so he'll have to do it again. Going up against Parker Lalonde on a 3-game point streak. And the Minutemen jump this face-off. They'll take it ahead. Justin Kerr in on the forecheck there for it. He loses the puck, though, so it's tossed into the offensive zone for Merrimack, but up and into the netting. We'll step aside. UMass and Merrimack 0-0 on 91.1 WMUA. Back to 91.1 WMUA YouTube page. Again, apologies for not being on FM. We had some technical difficulties back in Amherst, but John, it's a miracle that we got this up and running.
Yeah, you guys should have seen the day of this guy right here next to me.
It's a team effort.
Yeah. I mean, but we did it, and we got our preview show done, and now we're halfway through this game. These two teams battling.
Puck in the neutral zone. Lalonde on the dot for Merrimack. It's fished out by Jack Galenic, the freshman. For the Minutemen, 2 assists against Northeastern, 378 face-off wins. Puck in UMass's offensive zone. It skips around through the high slot. Skating after it is Fitzpatrick. He gets the free puck. He'll guide it into their offensive zone. Larry Keenan reverses course up the far side. Now Owen Murray tries to pass to the near side. Punching it free with the stick is Jack Musa. Musa in on the forecheck. Going up against Cam Gungle. Gungle will air that one high to the sky, and that puck will shimmer down below the goal line. No icing. 9:15 left here in the second period. No score. Here's Pierre. Trying to steal the loose puck, centering it out in front of Hoskin. Doesn't get good one on it. Far side for Pierre. He gets turned around. Now coming over into the offensive zone is Oravets, who gets chopped down by Lucas Klechka. It will be Merrimack's 3rd power play of the period.
Klechka has something to say on his way over to the box, and I really don't understand why. That seemed to be a very clear trip. As you said, Jacob, Minutemen to the penalty kill once again. Oh, well, get another look at that. Klechka's stick wasn't even in his hand. So what the rule is there, but kind of let go of a stick, which then proceeded to trip the Merrimack player. So not ideal either way.
We're going to send it to Ava Fernandez with 9:02 left here in the second period. Ava, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Well, a few weeks ago, I got to talk to Owen Murray, one of our captains on UMass's team, and he told me that it really depends a lot on skating and how skating during the game goes for him and each individual one of the players. Because of this rink, we're in an NHL rink, so it's a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit of an adjustment for the guys, especially coming off of UMass's rink, which is an Olympic size. So coming here with that transition and really not being able to kind of practice on this ice, it's going to be a different during the game. And so far, we've seen the defense kind of really be able to adjust to these skills and really just be able to stop the puck. But they're going to have to really make some great stops to control this game for the rest of it.
That they will, and a guy that's made some nice stops so far, 10 of them, and we'll have to keep doing that, is Michael Robble. John, we've talked to Robble throughout the year. He's got another challenge here on the power play. He is just calm, cool, collected. Nothing can really ever phase him.
Yeah, and I think that speaks to why he's such a good goaltender, Jacob. I mean, especially the calmness, the lack of emotion. He doesn't let anything get the best of him in terms of, anything getting in his head or stuff like that. So he's got one goal and one goal only, and that's to not allow goals.
Face off to the right of Robble. UMass loses this one. Merrimack, they have it. They pass it back up top to Powell. Powell right in front of his own bench. Now walks the line. Backhands it up top to the left. Now far corner. Watch number 23 for Merrimack, Gill. Program record for most goals on the year. Near circle. Here's Gill. Gill can't pull the trigger there. The puck jumped in on him. And speaking of jump, it jumps out of play and hits a fan.
That's unlike Justin Gill there. He had essentially a one-on-one with Michael Robble, and he just kind of misstick-handled. Turned it over.
And speaking of Gill, John, I mentioned the most goals in a single season. That's the most since Mike Collins in 2013. Gill's got 16 on the year. He's also 23 years old, and something that we also haven't mentioned is he played in games in the AHL with the Bridgeport Islanders.
Yeah.
35 to be exact, as the Minutemen sweep this one down.
Say what you want about that, but current regulations say that's okay.
Here's Ethan Beyer. He'll backtrack. Pass it to his defenseman. Now Lalonde makes a move at the blue line. Now the Minutemen come streaking free. It's Mellenbacher one-on-one. Mellenbacher inside out. Can't get the shot off. Thought he might have had Nestrasil there, but Nestrasil is going to hang back for this reason. Nestrasil going up against Fitzpatrick. Spears his stick as Fitzpatrick roofs it in. Now along the near side, Nathan King centers it down low. UMass tied up with 45 seconds left here on the Merrimack power play. Puck along the far half wall. Ethan Beyer involved. Comes out onto the tape of Flamand. Now King. Back up top to Beyer. Beyer slowing things down. He's got Galanick in his face. King near circle. Flamand centering it out in front. Robble on his backside stays strong and keeps the puck out.
I don't know how that one did not go in. I don't know if Rabble made a save or what, but Kalen Fitzpatrick had Michael Rabble down and out and wasn't able to get it home.
Now Trevor Hoskin working quickly up the ice. Hoskin going wide on the forehand, going up against Nick Van Tassel. 5 seconds left. Hoskin centers it out in front. And the Minutemen somehow kill off the third power play for Merrimack of the period. It's Francesco Del Elche. Now Jack Busa. Del Elche out in front. Puck pinballing around. That shot near side save. Might have gotten a piece of it. Was Lundgren on Nick Van Tassel. The puck will slide all the way down, and that will be an icing with 6:46 left here in the second period. Chances at both ends.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can say that the lack of Merrimack power play goals here is because of anything they did wrong. It's really because of the Minutemen keeping the puck from the middle of the zone. They did it again. Well, actually, they weren't able to do it on the grade A chance we saw with Fitzpatrick, but when the puck does get inside, Michael Rabel has been there every step of the way.
UMass wins this one back. It's Lucas Olvestad skating quickly to his left. His shot deflects into the far corner boards for Daniel Yenchko. Fresh out of the penalty box a few moments ago. Center and feed by Kerr was disrupted. Kerr tries to give a hit. Puck comes down to the neutral zone. Olvestad will slow things down. Here's Kerr. Tries to get it right back, going one-on-one in the far corner. Kerr, the 6'5" freshman, 4 goals in February. He's been some story. The centering feed out in front. Wrist shot save by Max Lundgren. He might have gotten 2 on that one. Now Klechka up top, shot save right into the glove and pops out of Lundgren. And a quick 3 saves from him in the past couple seconds.
It was a one-timer. Lundgren saved, and then he stomped the rebound as well.
Astapovic will fork it in deep. Crowd starting to chant for both these two teams with 5:44 left in the second. Still knotted at 0. Deneau will shoot that one in. It gets deflected, and we get a whistle. 5:37 left in the second. Shots 11 apiece for the Minutemen and the Merrimack Warriors. We are going to step aside in the home fort for Minutemen Sports, 91.1 WMUA. Welcome back to TD Garden. Hockey East semifinals between UMass and Merrimack. 2 Massachusetts teams going head-to-head. They'll play the winners of Boston College and UConn, which is set to take place right after this game. John, forget about what happens here. Those are 2 really good teams as well going head-to-head.
Yeah, if you thought these 2 teams were good, don't forget about BC and UConn. BC on a bit of a slide as of late, but the Huskies still are in position to potentially make the NCAA tournament as well.
Here's Michael Emerson galloping ahead for the Warriors. Down low below the goal line, it goes for Nick Van Tassel. He tries to bank it high off the glass, can't do so. So it's settled down by Deneau. Deneau passes it back up top to the point. The long shot by Hunter Mayo right into the midsection of Michael Rabel for his 12th save of the second period, or of the game, excuse me.
It's getting dicey, Jacob. I mean, very evenly matched here. We said it would be low scoring, and we were sure right about that. I didn't think it would be no scoring, but nothing doing so far.
All it takes is one, right, John?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this ends 1-0.
Face off to the left of Rabel. 5 minutes left now here in the second period. Both teams 0-0. Here's Fitzpatrick, the captain. Works it out in front. The shot goes wide. 11 for the Minutemen, 12 for Merrimack. Puck settles down in the near corner boards. Involved in the near side is Caden Cranston. He tries to free it up top to the point. Cranston deflects it to the right of Michael Rabel. Lalonde's involved, getting tied up with Jack Galanick. Now Jack Musa tries to airmail it out of the zone. The Minutemen are able to clear, and they'll try to go for a change. Lalonde spears it into Merrimack's offensive zone. Now gets it right back. Center down in front. Bounces wide of Michael Robel, extending the glove, trying to make the save. Charlie Lieberman, the redshirt freshman defenseman, tied up in the far corner boards. Merrimack will sweep it around. A lot of Merrimack possession here in the last couple minutes, but not a lot of shots to show for it. Here's Gill looking to change that. That one barely gets in on Michael Robel. He kicks the pad aside, and now the Minutemen come the other way. Musa inside out, forks it in deep, and the Minutemen will finally get a full change.
I mean, a late goal here would be crucial for either team. I mean, we saw it for UMass just last weekend. The game tied, looked like it was a stalemate going into the third. All of a sudden, with less than 30 seconds left, Jack Musa takes the lead for the Minutemen, and they never looked back heading into the final period. Wouldn't be surprised if something similar happens here.
3 minutes and 25 seconds left in the second. Here's Daniel Janchko. Stick handling into the offensive zone. It doesn't go there, however. It's poked the other way by Powell. Now the Minutemen, they'll try again. Keenan racks it into the offensive zone. Powell stabs at it with his stick. Justin Kerr's along the far half wall. Kerr going one-on-one with Astapovic. Astapovic is there, getting turned around by Lucas Klechka. Now it's poked ahead. Here comes Ryan O'Connell up the far side. Connell in on the forehand shot, saved by Robel. Smothering the rebound is Robel, and denying Merrimack a chance.
Ryan O'Connell looking for his 5th goal of the season. And Michael Robel with the correct angle, and a good job by Justin Kerr to just barely get in the way of O'Connell.
Still no score here at TD Garden. UMass 0, Merrimack 0. Both teams looking to break the ice. Michael Robel doing a good job of making sure that doesn't happen, at least on his defensive end. 2:55 left. Merrimack, they win this one cleanly back to the point. The shot from Austin Orovitz goes well wide. Robel looks to his right. The centering feed out in front trickles off a Merrimack stick, and the Warriors are really pouring it on here. That shot goes wide past Robel. Puck along the near half wall. Bumped back up top to the point. Orovitz can't hold the line. So the Minutemen will get some respite, and they'll try to regroup.
That was a poor pass by Parker Lalonde. Merrimack was rolling there, and Lalonde essentially cleared it himself, and then a turnover in the neutral zone allows some short zone time for UMass, but back the other way.
2:15 left. UMass 0, Merrimack 0, and we get a whistle for an icing. So it'll be an offensive zone face-off for the Minutemen. John, we talked about it before. UMass has been here. They were here in 2022. They lost to Boston College. For Coach Carville, he's been here a lot as well. They won in 22. They won in 21. And for Coach Carville in his 9th season here, if you think this is going to rattle him, you've got something else to think about.
Yeah, I mean, Carville is as stoic as they come, Jacob, and there's a reason why he's such a great coach in the Hockey East. And UMass, they're looking for their 3rd Hockey East title in 6 years. That's pretty good stuff.
2 minutes left in the second. 0-0. UMass gains the offensive zone, banking it out in front. Cosman searching for it. Van Tassel on the doorstep. Rebound in front is tossed out by Fitzpatrick. Max Lundgren was on his back. The Minutemen could not find the open net.
Van Tassel, oh so close. Almost was able to bank it in, and I think that's what's going to go for one of these teams. A very dirty goal. And we'll see the replay on the big board here. Van Tassel and Cosman chopping away at it. Eventually, Van Tassel just off the side of the net.
It's a game of inches, right? Margins are everything. Coach Carville talks about it a lot, and it usually comes from goaltending, and we're seeing this so far tonight. 12 shots for the Minutemen, 14 for Merrimack, and both goalies have not given up a single one. Unblemished. Michael Robel makes another save, this time with his right pad, kicks it out. Now for Cosman. Here's Nick Van Tassel, drops it off for Cosman, takes a bump along the near half wall. Justin Gill there for it, trying to get it out for Merrimack. He does. UMass will regroup with Cosman. 1:20 left in the second period. UMass and Merrimack still 0-0. Del Elche, the Avalanche draft pick, will shoot this one in deep. He'll try to hold the blue line against Hoskin. Does so successfully. Backhanded down low into the zone by Vasilav Nestrasil, but the Minutemen still can't gain the O zone and keep it in. 60 seconds left here in the second period. Here's Jack Musa, works it up to Galanic. Galanic skating parallel with the blue line, turns it over. But looks to get a little help from Nestrasil on the forecheck. Minutemen will go for a change. 40 seconds left here. Now it's a turnover. Jack Musa out in front. Wrist shot blocked down by Nordberg and taken away. A courageous block from the second round draft pick. And now Musa streaking few. Musa one-on-one shot, rebound in front. Lundgren on his back. Musa can't get to the rebound shot. Save off the skate of Nestrasil. And Lundgren smothers the rebound.
Wow. Merrimack, so many mistakes on that shift. Looked like they're going to get it out 2, maybe even 3 times. But UMass, again, cannot capitalize. Puck kind of exploded on Jack Musa there. Lundgren reaching to his right. I think he made a stop. But then Nestor still right out front. He's got to have his stick on the ice to get that one-timer away.
A lot of bouncing pucks there as well, John. I can't even keep up with it. It has been 40 minutes almost, so maybe the ice wearing here, but 10 seconds left in the second. Merrimack will gain the offensive zone. Del Elche gives a hit. One final rush if UMass hurries. 5 seconds left on the clock. Klechka ladles it out in front. Justin Kerr looking for the backdoor try, but he can't get there in time. 40 minutes gone by. UMass 0, Merrimack 0. We go to the third period, where the winner will advance to the Hockey East Championship and a chance at the NCAA tournament.
Wow, I mean, tied going into the third period. I mean, that's a recipe for disaster for one team. I think whoever scores next is going to win this game, and it's going to be gritty. It's going to be dirty, unless that first line for UMass or unless that first line for Merrimack can figure something out here. I mean, there's lots of skilled guys on the ice, but there's not lots of skilled offensive play being done here at TD Garden. I mean, you look at the shots, only 15 for Merrimack, 13 for UMass, so something's got to give at some point, and whoever it gives for, I think, is going to win this game.
That all remains to be seen. We're going to step aside for 15 minutes. We'll be right back. The season on the line for both these two teams, knotted at 0. Welcome back to TD Garden. Just 20 minutes remain between the winner, who will advance to the Hockey East Conference if it is in fact a regulation victory. But right now, John, 0 UMass, 0 Merrimack. We'll take a peek here at the stats from the first 40.
Thank you, Jacob. I mean, not much to write home about. I talked about the shots, pretty even, 15-13 in favor of Merrimack, and then you have the penalties. UMass had 4 penalty minutes in the first period, or power play minutes, I should say, and then Merrimack had 6 in the second period. So just not much happening right now. One of these teams is going to break through. I think it's going to be a very dirty goal, and the rest is yet to be seen.
Let's do it. Could be the final 20 for one of these teams. UMass will rim that puck all the way down. Just 12 seconds in, we'll get an icing on the Minutemen.
It will be the final 20 for one of these teams, Jacob, regardless of who wins. And that's scary to think about. But
I was implying overtime there.
That's
what
true.
I was doing. So there could
Good
be
call.
more, but yes, the final regulation game will be for one of these teams here. UMass from left to right, Merrimack from right to left here in the third and final stanza. We'll get another whistle as Merrimack shot that puck up and into the netting.
They had an interview with Owen Murray on the big board in between periods, and I unfortunately couldn't really hear what he had to say due to the screaming Merrimack fans, but it's safe to say he looked pretty gassed. So these Minutemen, they're definitely working hard out there, especially defensively. That happens when you kill 3 penalties in one period.
Puck swirls around to the near corner boards. Austin Orvetz is involved. He passes it to his right to the captain, Kalen Fitzpatrick. He's got a little bit of a hot streak, 10 points in his last 7 games played, is number 29 in Navy. Now Powell on the back end, getting defended by Nesterzill. Puck corrals down low below the goal line. Getting a stick on it is Lalonde, centering it out in front for Fitzpatrick. Good job by Charlie Lieberman to ride him wide. And a thumping hit from Lieberman on Fitzpatrick. Perhaps that's all the Minutemen needed to get them going. But not yet, however. Caden Cranston centers it out in front for Lalonde. Getting defended well by Yenchko. Puck in the far corner boards. Charlie Lieberman headmans it, and the Minutemen will skate it out. Here's Yenchko. Gains the offensive zone. Shoots that off the pad. And down below the goal line it goes. Now Del Elche. His shot is blocked down out in front. Del Elche looking to get it back, but Merrimack will take it out.
Great block by Caden Cranston, the sophomore out of Rochester.
Lucas Klechka skating forward. A minute, 20 seconds gone by here in the third period. No score, UMass and Merrimack. Hanrahan, near side. His shot goes well wide, banks off the end boards onto the tape of Klechka. Klechka moves it ahead to Justin Kerr. He can't handle it, however, and Merrimack comes the other way. Here's Hoskin, chops at it. Shot saved by Robble, goes wide, and swirls back up top to the point. Here's King. His shot is blocked down by Klechka. He's got options ahead up the ice. Tries to feed it out in front for Cam Dunn, but it's whistled down for an offsides. 2 minutes gone by in the third period. Still no score between these two teams.
Dunn tried so hard to stay on sides there, but it was a pass through the air, and the linesman saw it all the way. Unfortunately, the faceoff will come back to the UMass zone. Replay of that big hit by Lieberman on Fitzpatrick. You said it, Jacob. I don't think that's what got the Minutemen going, unfortunately, but something has to.
For Lieberman, 6'5" on Fitzpatrick, only 5'11", 185. Faceoffs to the right of Robble. Merrimack wins this one back. The shot right into the midsection of Nolan Flamand. Puck goes down low below the goal line. Flamand in the near corner boards, getting jousted by Owen Mellenbacher. Now Cam O'Neill. O'Neill this season career high in points, 14 on the year. That's more than double his freshman year. Here comes Merrimack though, 2-on-1, shot save, rebound. Robble jumps on it. He's on his stomach and gets the whistle. And now, I believe that's Cam O'Neill who pushed a Merrimack player to the ice. The hand did come up, so you got to watch out for a penalty here, John. I don't know.
Yeah, for some reason it was the linesman with his hand up, so I'm not sure if there's going to be a penalty, but I don't know why he would have his hand up after a goalie tie-up whistle. But yeah, it was Nolan Flamand who was pushed down by O'Neill. But what a save by Rabel. 2-on-1, a quick shot, and I think that's the biggest save Rabel's made all game.
Face-off will be to the left of the Hockey East Player of the Year. Third Hockey East Player of the Year for UMass since Trevino and McCarr. Almost 3 minutes gone by here in the third. Sorry, John.
Well, the 2 years that UMass had the Hockey East Player of the Year, they went to the national championship, if I remember correctly. Of course, one they lost and the other they won.
Puck down low below the goal line. Pass back up top to Lieberman. He can't handle it. Puck explodes on his stick, and Merrimack comes the other way. It's O'Connell. In on goal. He scores! Ryan O'Connell opens the scoring exactly 43 minutes in and gives Merrimack a 1-0 lead.
Blown assignment by Lieberman. Olvestad gets caught as well. And Ryan O'Connell scores his 5th of the season.
His last goal came on March 5th versus UMass Lowell a couple weeks ago, and gets one here. Could be the biggest goal of his career, biggest goal of his life there, as he gives Merrimack a 1-0 lead on the first shot of the period. Michael Rabel's shutout is over. And the Minutemen find themselves in a pit of adversity. As we get a whistle here, Jack Lennox head popped off there, so it'll be a face-off in the offensive zone for the Minutemen. But right now, John, I think even you and I are a little bit stunned.
Yeah. I mean, that can't happen. Can't allow another odd man rush like that. You already allowed one earlier on. Michael Rabel saved it, but that was one too many that time.
So the Minutemen, they're going to have to find a way to answer back with 16:30 left in the third period, or their amazing second half season and their amazing run is over. Here's a line, wraparound try, goes awry. It goes back up top to the point. Firing one is Philip Nordberg, well wide of Michael Rabel. Blocked down by Larry Keenan in front, now worked around to the near side. Here's Owen Murray, weaving in. Murray in the high slot, shot, save, rebound is jumped on by Lundgren. Oh, Owen Murray there dangled in and let that one fly quickly.
Yeah, gotta have that one. What dangles by Murray, and then he just kind of shoots it right at Lundgren, right into the midsection there, and hailed Owen Murray as a guy who has one of the most underrated shots on the team. It's not often that he doesn't pick his corner.
Face off to the left of Lundgren. Now is UMass's first shot on goal here in the third period. Over exactly 4 minutes gone by. Minutemen go D to D. The one-time shot from Nestersill doesn't get through. Puck in the far circle. UMass can't hold the line, so Merrimack, they'll come out 2-on-2. Here's Hoskin, had the game winner against Providence. Feeds it out front to Pierre. Pierre still on the forehand, wraparound try, and he's lit up by Colson Hanrahan. Pierre still has the puck, however. Dangling along the far half wall, feeds it down low to Gill. Gill working on Nestersill, who is without a stick, so he kicks it ahead to the near side. Reverse course to Gill. Gill on the backhand, getting defended by Del Elche. Gill now curling up top to the blue line. Gill still has it. Loses the puck. Big hit there by Nestersill with his stick back. Gives Gill a chop. And Nestrasill's got to watch it there. Now Gill has the puck back on his stick. Takes a hit again from Colson Hanrahan in the far corner. Minutemen finally clear this one out, but not that far. Trevor Hoskin gains the offensive zone for Merrimack, kept in at the point by Powell. Powell straddling the line, works it to the far side. The shot blocked down by Del Elche in front. Robble on the far post. The puck up for grabs there. It's kicked by Del Elche, and the Minutemen finally sky this one out.
Dangerous moments for UMass.
.5:30 gone by here in the third period. Minutemen pinch this one in. Skating quickly after it is Bo Cosman. He goes down below the goal line. Seamus Powell banks this one off the boards. UMass will break out of their own zone, courtesy Landon Nice. O'Connell, now he'll pinch this one in. UMass back defensively for it in Lucas Olvestad. He gives a bump in the far corner boards to Ty Dino. Puck comes around to the near side. Daniel Astapovich is there for it. The Birmingham, Michigan native can't hold the blue line, so UMass will go for a change. Over 6 minutes gone by, and we're going to get a whistle here. See what the call is.
Thought they said a puck play with the high stick. We'll go to break. Back on 91.1 WMUA.
Live at TD Garden in Boston. It's exactly 6 o'clock Eastern time here on YouTube. John Ruggiero, Ava Fernandez, Jacob Repper, UMass and Merrimack. It's a Merrimack team that the last time they went 2 periods without a goal was December 5th in their 3-0 loss against UConn. Well, that doesn't matter anymore because a few moments ago, Ryan O'Connell at the 3-minute mark in the third scored. And it's been 1-0 ever since, John. We mentioned it before. UMass hasn't exactly been in this scenario before. What's it going to take to get out of it, and maybe who do you think can bring him out of it?
Well, we've seen the Minutemen, at least in the history of the great Carvel era, be prone to a comeback, and they're going to need one here big time. And it's got to happen sooner than later at the top line.
Second line on for the Minutemen. 6:15 gone by here in the third period. 1-0 Merrimack. We'll get a whistle here for an offside. So head coach Scott Borick, I mentioned it before, became the first Warrior coach to bring 2 teams to TD Garden. Did it in 2023. He's had himself a pretty solid couple of years. They found their first winning season in 2022 in nearly 10 years. This Merrimack program was at the bottom of Hockey East for a long time. Scott Borick came in, and he's really redefined a new culture here in North Andover, and he's 13 minutes away from sending his team to a Hockey East championship tomorrow night to face the winner of Boston College and UConn, but still time left. Here's Nestrasil, rising shot over the head of Lundgren. Puck comes all the way out into UMass's zone. Lucas Olvestad will shoot it in, but blowing a tire is Nestrasil, so it will be an icing.
And you can't play hero here right now either. Nestrasil with a very quick trigger from the point there on a chance that UMass definitely could have set up shop in the offensive zone with, and just like that, the Minutemen ice the puck, and it's another face-off in front of Rabble.
Justin Gill on the dot, and that's a shot quickly by Pierre. He gets another rebound. Rabel made 2 saves. A quick shot off the draw. And Rabel keeps UMass in it. Puck in the far corner boards. Merrimack working quickly. Gill in the high slot. Save. Rabel rebound. He jumps on it and makes the save. Gets a little snow shower as well after the whistle. The Minutemen take exception to that.
You can just tell it's not there for UMass right now. If Michael Rabel was snowed like that in the first period, whoever did it would have been knocked to the ice. And that time there wasn't really much of a response. Olvestad did push away the Warrior and Trevor Hoskin, but UMass, they're being outshot poorly now by 5, 21-16 in favor of the Warriors, and it's getting ugly.
Face off to the left of Rabel. Same line out there for both these two teams. Here's Hoskins looking forward, this sharp angle shot. He pulls that one, it swirls wide. Back up top to King. He pedals it down low. Puck trickles along the near corner boards. Landon Nyes reverses course and sends it over Olvestad, who will shoot it up the ice. But John, another indication of UMass being in disarray is another silly icing.
I mean, Olvestad had Musa there up the far side, but instead of trying to corral it or just tip it in, Musa tried to go at it with his skate. That's just a lazy play.
Face off to the right of Rabel. Merrimack, they'll win this one back, try to get a quick shot off yet again, this time on the tape of Michael Emerson. But the Minutemen stymie that. They'll come the other way, but too far yet again. Another icing.
That's with some luck after another Merrimack face-off win, and Landon Nyes grabbed the loose puck, skated it ahead, and he just simply didn't make the red line before shooting it in.
Face off to the right of Michael Rabel for the 3rd time in this shift. 12:19 left in the 3rd, 1-0 Merrimack. Nolan Flamin going up against Jack Galanick. Flamin wins this one, shovels it down low. Jack Musa meets the puck at the far half wall, and he'll toss it out, but Flamin will look to come the other way. We'll get a whistle for a hand pass here in the neutral zone. 7:45 gone by in the final period at TD Garden.
I mean, this last minute and 30 of game time has just been absolutely like nails on a chalkboard. I mean, whistle after whistle, and the little play that has gone on has been all Merrimack.
Face off to the left of Max Lundgren. Justin Kerr wins it cleanly back. Here's Yanchko. Far side, Del Elche. Very shot over the shoulder of Lundgren, and now we get a whistle for, talk about nails on a chalkboard. A Merrimack player has his helmet off, so they have to blow the whistle.
Nolan Flamin lost his bucket. That's crucial right there. UMass finally won a faceoff. That might have been their first of the period. And they were chugging around the offensive zone with the puck, couple of shots towards the net. Now they're gonna have to win another faceoff.
Face-off, same spot. Justin Kerr can't repeat the same outcome. Loses it this time. Minutemen do a good job, though, of holding the line. Larry Keenan kept it in with his skate. Now Justin Kerr feeds it to the right for Lucas Klechka. He slides it down low, turned over by the Minutemen, so Merrimack comes the other way quickly. Centering pass to the line, quick shot saved by Rabel, comes out of his crease and holds it. Fitzpatrick was looking for his second of the night. Rabel stoned him.
I mean, I don't know. You gotta win more faceoffs. You gotta get the puck in the offensive zone. It's basic stuff. I mean, if I'm Greg Carvel, I'm on the verge of calling a timeout.
Desperate times for the Minutemen. 11:30 left, down 1 here in the semifinals. Puck in the far corner boards. Comes out now to Jack Galenic. Galenic, the Hopkinton, Mass native. First time here at TD Garden. In white and maroon. Now Nestrasil out front. Del Elche shot denied. Lundgren met him at the top of the crease and stoned Del Elche.
That was it right there. I mean, another chance for UMass that should have went. The amount of absolute grade A chances that have either missed, been saved, or just completely passed up is astonishing. But Max Lundgren with no doubt his biggest save of the game right there.
Face off to the right of him. Jack Galenic jumps on this one, so he'll have to do it again. The Minutemen with Musa, Nestrasil, Galenic on the forwards, and the two captains. 2 of 3 seniors on this team. Owen Murray and Lucas Olvestad, who could very well be skating in their final game as a Minuteman. UMass wins it back to Olvestad. Across to the near side for Owen Murray. Murray on the forehand, the righty, skating wide. He'll curl back up top. Backdoor try for Jack Musa was there, but Musa wasn't in the right spot. So the Minutemen, they'll turn this one over, and Merrimack will come the other way. Racing after it is Fitzpatrick. The lone forechecker gives a hit to Olvestad. Minutemen swirl it up the far side. They turn it over, centering feed, saved by Robble. He'll shovel it down low. Both teams will play on. Merrimack 24 shots, UMass 17 with 10:25 left in the third. Puck comes into UMass's own zone, enough for an icing on Merrimack.
I mean, this might be the longest, the longest 4 minutes of gameplay I've ever seen. I wish I was counting the amount of whistles, but from media timeout to media timeout, it might be short in terms of game time, but it's not going to be short in terms of surpass time.
Merrimack has it in the neutral zone. On the tape of Austin Orvetz. He works it to the middle for Trevor Hoskin, the sophomore forward. Has it on the backhand. Going wide on Larry Keenan, the 6'4" Detroit Red Wings prospect. And the Minutemen break up that chance. Now Yenchko. The Minutemen looking for something, anything here. They've had their looks, just can't cash in. Here's Del Elche, his shot blocked down in front and swatted free by Pierre. Here's Pierre off to the races up the far side. Finds the puck, centers it down low. Now Gill, Justin Gill back up top of the point. A bomb out in front, saved by Yenchko. Robble on his front side, rebound. Robble off to the side of the net, and it's stolen away by Larry Keenan. Here comes Keenan, centering across to the far side for Yenchko. Yenchko's shot goes wide and rims all the way out. Oh boy, Michael Robble somehow saves it, and then the Minutemen can't convert. .9:05 left here in the third. Getting tossed down to the ice is, I believe, Owen Murray. 2-8, Bo Cosman. We get a whistle, John, but not for a penalty?
I don't know how or why. Beats me.
9:03 left in the third. We have another media timeout. Merrimack 1, UMass 0. Let's go down to Ava Fernandez ringside.
Thanks, guys. Well, this game has definitely picked it up in the third. The defensive unit in the back really needs to step it up in the back and honestly just play better defense for UMass. Coach Carv has talked throughout the season that Lucas Olvestad, Owen Murray, the two captains, have really done a great job just putting their voice in the locker room and really making sure to kind of set a good example for the rest of the defensemen. Larry Keenan as well as Francesco Del Elche have both kind of really honestly had really great third periods these past couple of games, so hopefully we can see them kind of really step out and be able to play both sides of the ice, and we can really see a difference from them.
He'll have to be a difference maker in the next 9:03.
And just to remind everyone of what stakes are at hand here, it's win or go home for both teams. Yeah, UMass is in 13th right now nationally. That sounds pretty good and all, but a loss here would remove them from the tournament. So something has to be said on the bench, and as you and Ava said, Jacob, something absolutely has to change.
A Minutemen offense that is right around 3 goals a game on the year has right now been kept off the score sheet for the last 51 minutes. Face off in the neutral zone in front of the Merrimack bench. Jack Galenic wins it back. UMass goes D to D to Owen Murray. He snaps this one in. Along the near half walls, Vaslav Nesherzil. He twirls around but forgets the puck. Kalen Fitzpatrick takes it the other way for the Warriors. Puck along UMass's near half wall. Nesherzil will flutter it down, and it goes too far. It's another icing with 8:43 left.
You can only ice it so many times. It's not sustainable. It's obviously not going to get you any chances on the Merrimack net, but it puts you in danger on the other end.
Puck to the right of Michael Robble. UMass wins this one back. It's Owen Murray. He slaps it off the boards. The shot from the point bounces high up and into the netting. Another whistle. John, I guess if there's one thing that maybe you can look as a positive from this, Merrimack hasn't gotten much going either. They haven't skated north to south very much, so if there's a chance for an opportunity to spring free out of nowhere, it could be now.
Well, they haven't skated north to south, team, because they haven't had to. All the icings and stuff like that, but in terms of skating from, I guess, south to north, that gives UMass an opportunity to do just that. Block a shot, go down on an odd man rush. I mean, that's the only thing I see going UMass's way potentially.
8:30 left here in the third. Merrimack still up 1-0. Like you mentioned, they have not had to do much. They've got 26 shots, and now the Minutemen, they'll just give it right to them. They turn it over in their defensive zone. Sweeping it out in front was Nolan LaFlamme. Robbo makes the save, and we get another whistle here. 8:16 left. This has been a choppy third period. We talked about the nerves in the beginning of the game, but this is just stagnant hockey. A lot of whistles, a lot of icings. Not a lot of chances for the Minutemen. Face off to the left of the Utah draft pick. Owen Mellenbacher wins this one back. UMass tosses it into the neutral zone. We'll get another whistle. Why not for a hand pass?
There's been a whistle for about everything you can imagine in this game. Helmets off, hand passes, high sticks, penalties, icings, pucks out of play.
Face-off goes to the right of Max Lundgren. He's been sensational tonight, has not let in a single goal. Merrimack, they do a good job. They win this one back. Here's Flamand. He centers it into the center of the ice. Larry Keenan's there for it, slapping at it right in front of the Merrimack bench. And now it's taken away. Minutemen looking to turn it north, something they've really struggled with here in the third period. That things really slow down. 7:45 left in the third. And this shot deflects over the netting and almost up here, John.
It's like the puck has strapped rocket boosters to it. There is no settling down the biscuit tonight.
Face off to the left of Robble. 7:41 left. Merrimack up 1-0 On the ice for the Minutemen, Jack Olenek, the top line. Coach Carville going to this top line yet again. Nestersill hasn't had a fantastic game. He comes into this game with 3 points from last week. Same thing with Musa. But they just haven't been clicking. Now the Minutemen turn this one over in the high slot. Luckily for UMass, Nick Pierre was without a stick. But Merrimack, they'll keep trying. Puck in the near corner boards. Now Nestersill gets to it, and he lobs this one all the way down the ice for Musa. Musa charging in one-on-one, and he gets the loose puck. Musa shimmies it up top to Owen Murray. Murray looking for a shooting lane. Banks it off the near corner boards, and now onto the stick of Seamus Powell. Powell charging free through the neutral zone. But now it's Vaslav Nestersill back in. Jack Olenek, far side. Musa shot saved right in front by Max Lundgren to deny Musa. Jack Musa does not miss a lot of open opportunities. And Lundgren was there for it.
Yeah, that's just phenomenal positioning on a puck that went from all the way on the right, all the way to the left. And wow, what a save when Merrimack needed it the most once again. That's 2 brilliant saves this period from Lundgren.
6:50 left here in the third. UMass will fork it in deep. Skating quickly after it is Justin Kerr. He's in the far corner boards. Kerr centering out in front. Yechko on the doorstep. He can't get a shot off, and Merrimack comes blazing the other way. Here's Fitzpatrick. Pulls up in the near corner boards. Sharp angle shot finds its way on Michael Robel. He steers that aside. 6:30 left. Minutemen in dire straits here in Boston. Daniel Yechko in the neutral zone, skating 1-on-4. He's got Justin Kerr. Yechko's going to do it by himself. Yechko pulling up to the middle, getting kept to the outside. Slovakian still has it, back up top to Nick Van Tassel. Near side, Owen Murray flutters one in on goal. Easy save for Lundgren, his 20th of the night.
You look back to what Merrimack has done, and we said it. They took down Providence. That's no easy feat. And they're about to take down number 2 as well in the next 6:05 if UMass doesn't get things together.
Face off to the left of Lundgren. On the dot is Mikey D'Angelo. He wins this one back. UMass gets a break. It's Owen Murray. Seams it across to the far side. Now far corner boards. Deflection out in front from D'Angelo. Goes barely wide past the near post. UMass swirls it back up top to the point. Nice handles from Olvestad. Shimmies it down low below the goal line. Puck rattling around along the near half wall. Merrimack can't clear it out. Good job by the Minutemen. Some offensive zone time. Finally, Merrimack, they'll send it into the neutral zone and look to go to work on the forecheck. Here's Mark Hillier. He'll shoot it in deep. He'll go for a change. And now the Minutemen with Jack Musa trying to spring free. Here's Musa looking for reinforcements. He sees a sea of navy blue around him, and he backhands it below the goal line. 5:15 left here in the third period. Merrimack 1, Minutemen nothing. It's Larry Keenan in the far corner boards. Works it ahead in front of the Minutemen bench for Jack Musa. Musa will spill it into the neutral zone as he looks for Larry Keenan. Keenan banks it into the offensive zone with his backhand. Now the wraparound try out in front. The Minutemen take a couple whacks at it. Jack Musa tosses Seamus Powell on his rear end, but they can't toss the puck into the back of the net.
Musa came charging through on the rebound and just sent it over the bar. Another missed opportunity.
4:35 left in the third period. Merrimack 1, UMass 0. The Warriors know all they got to do is just kill this time, but might want to add an extra one with Hoskin here, but he lofts it over the glass and out of play. We're going to step aside. Minutemen, season's on the line, down 1 on 91.1 WMUA. Merrimack here on 91.1 WMUA. 4:22 left here in the third period. Minutemen with 20 shots. All they need is one to tie this game up. Michael Robble, he'll come out of his crease, talk to the two co-captains in front of him, trying to spur them on. The Minutemen fresh off immediate timeout. And hopefully for them, some wisdom and guidance for their head coach in his 9th year here in Amherst. UMass wins this one back. They'll send it into the neutral zone. Here's Justin Kerr. Kerr dangles in, gets it on the backhand through the legs. Kerr gives a hit below the goal line. Klechka comes over for some help. Minutemen switching up the lines a little bit. Klechka and Yenchko down low below the goal line. They battle it out. They bank it back up top to the point for Murray. Murray stutter step. He's got Pierre in his face. Slides it across to the near side for Olvestad now near half wall. Kerr getting kept to the outside. Centering Klechka. Wrist shot on goal. Save out in front. And Kerr still has it in the high slot. Wrist shot. Another save by Lundgren. 2 shots, 2 saves in a couple seconds with 3:35 left here in the third.
Lundgren standing on his head late in this one. 3:30 to go. UMass still down. What could be the final moments of their season.
Nathan King shoots it all the way down. It will be an icing with 3:18 left. And Coach Carvel has the opportunity to call a timeout. He did some sort of hand motion there, so maybe a play he's directing to his 5 players. Still 5-on-5. Got to think Michael Robble is going to be pulled within the next 2 minutes. Face off to the right of Lundgren. Jack Delanek, Nestor Sil, Musa on as the forwards. Keenan and Delelche on for the defense. Merrimack will loft this one into UMass's defensive zone. Delelche back for it. 3:05 left here in the third period. Season on the line for the Minutemen. It's flicked into the offensive zone by Musa. 100 points as a Minuteman. Certainly would love 101. But now it's taken away by Pierre. Across to the near side, Merrimack skates into the offensive zone. 2-on-2. It's the captain, Kalen Fitzpatrick. Back up top to the point. Powell's shot gets denied. Onto the tape of Musa. Musa skating 1-on-1 up the far side, tosses it in. UMass goes for a partial change. 2:35 left here in the third from TD Garden. Lucas Olvestad back forward for the Minutemen. Tension on the ice and in the arena. Nestor Sil makes a nifty move at his defensive blue line, but turns it over. Shooting it in is Seamus Powell, and Robble will settle it down. 2:15 left here in the third. Minutemen down 1-0. Owen Murray flips it into the offensive zone. Van Tassel galloping after it. Shot off the head of Lundgren and up and into the netting.
Max Lundgren's done everything but score a goal himself tonight. And the Ryan O'Connell tally remains the difference. 2:05 to go. UMass still with a timeout in their back pocket. They'll take it here. Jacob, I'll say this. If anyone's defied the odds this season, if anyone's proven the doubters wrong, it's UMass. But they're going up against a team that has done just that, especially in this Hockey East tournament. They took down number 1. They're 2:05 away until they take down number 2. But for the Minutemen, it's one last gasp to save what has been an incredible season. 22 wins. It's unfortunate that alone will not get them into the tournament. But there's still something left, I think, for these UMass Minutemen. And they're going to need a goal in the next 2:05 to show that.
Coach Carvel's timeout is over. He'll send out 6 players on the ice. Michael Robble goes to the bench. The Minutemen with 2:05 left to tie and perhaps save their season. Justin Kerr at center for the Minutemen. Daniel Yenchko to his right. The lone defenseman back is Keenan. To the left is Del Elche, Musa, and Nestrasil. 6-on-5 hockey here at TD Garden. A chance of the Hockey East Championship on the line. The Minutemen have it, 6-on-5. Goaltender is pulled. Nestrasil in the far corner. He's getting hounded by Austin Orovitz. Coming over is Fitzpatrick, now near side, back up top to Del Elche. Del Elche settles it down to Keenan. Keenan, no shooting lane, turns it over to Nathan King. He'll sweep it out, and Merrimack's gonna have a 1-on-0 and a goal. The empty net goal from Caden Cranston, his 7th of the year. And that all about seals it for the Minutemen. It was a turnover by Larry Keenan. Nathan King had it in his own zone and found Cranston. Merrimack will ice this one, so UMass will have an offensive zone face-off with 1:32 left. Michael Robble will be pulled yet again. But unless UMass can pull out 2 goals in 92 seconds, their incredible run will be over.
Enough can not be said about these Merrimack Warriors. Outshot UMass, outwilled UMass, outperformed UMass, and at this point, they are the team that deserves to go on to the championship.
Daniel Yenchko touches it in the offensive zone without the puck, so that will be an offsides. Michael Robble will maybe come back into his crease, maybe not. Face-off is at center ice, but for Merrimack, the number 8 seed in Hockey East, on the verge of capturing their 20th victory of the season, going 8-3 in their last 11 and advancing to the Hockey East Championship. Puck in the far corner boards. Merrimack will sweep it out. Puck will go, but no, they say it was deflected. So Larry Keenan will touch it. Empty net for the Minutemen. 6-on-5, 60 seconds left. Minutemen need magic. Will they get it? Puck slows down to the far corner board. Spearing it is Musa. Up top to Del Elche. Now Nestrasil near circle. Wrist shot. Blockered away by Lundgren and cleared out of the zone. Another great save from Lundgren when it matters most. UMass sweeps it into the offensive zone. It's shot all the way down. Puck dancing on edge. Keenan galloping back for it. He'll touch it below the goal line. 30 seconds left here in the 3rd period. Justin Kerr enters the zone with speed along the near side. Tries to center it out in front. 20 seconds left for the Minutemen. Speed out in front. Nestrasil shot saved by Lundgren. What a beauty. One-time shot from Yenchko was blocked down out in front by Nathan King, and the Minutemen throw 2 sensational opportunities in on goal. We get a whistle. The puck went out of play, but cannot crack Lundgren. Max Lundgren, a guy that played all 36 games this season, did not miss a single game. A 2.67 goals against average, 9.17 save percentage. He's going to capture a victory. Merrimack clears this one down, 4.3 seconds left, and Merrimack, they're going to go to tomorrow night and have a chance to play for a conference championship and an NCAA tournament ticket. Face off to the left of Lundgren, perhaps the last one. Olvestad fires a shot. It's blocked down out in front. And Merrimack is going to the Hockey East Championship. And the Minutemen season, a sensational one, is unfortunately over.
Scott Borg and his crew. The Hockey East Championship game for the second time in 4 seasons. In the most unlikely of fashions. They took down number 1. They take down number 2. Now they'll have either Boston College or UConn tomorrow night.
For Merrimack, it's their 20th win. Fans here, local fans, are jubilant. They're going to watch their team play for a championship. For the Minutemen, and sensational season, captivating season that ended 2025 at 9-9, only to go on a sensational run. In 2026, they went 14-3, gave themselves a chance. They won the first round of the Hockey East tournament, or technically the second round, but their home game against Northeastern 4-1. Their season will end here at TD Garden, and as will ours. Ava Fernandez, John Ruggiero, Jacob Repper here, 3 seniors holding down the fort that have been holding down the fort. John, I just want to say what a run it has been. A lot of fun. Great moments, bad moments, everything in between. Nobody I'd rather do it next to than you, my friend. Any final thoughts from you?
Well, I'll give that honor first to Ava. Ava, any final thoughts from you? Final words on the radio waves. Ava, take it away.
I get emotional like anything, but I just want to say I came in and I taught myself hockey play-by-play when I came here when I was a sophomore, and I would have never thought that I would be at the Garden doing all this stuff and doing hockey. And I just want to say thanks to all the listeners and for everyone that's been a part of the radio, everyone behind the scenes, to you guys, and so many great opportunities have came through this, and I can't picture my college experience without this, so thank you.
We thank you, Ava. Great work. Your handful of years here with WMUA, among many others, but especially for this hockey beat, it's been special. John, the floor is yours.
Yeah. What a ride it's been. I mean, like Ava said, I don't know what college would have looked like without being a part of this radio station and such a great group of people covering such a great team. And I hate to make this about us. It's about the guys on the ice, and it wouldn't happen without them, because they have this UMass hockey team with a brilliant resurgence this year. Obviously, it does not end the way they want it, but it has been a true pleasure covering Greg Carvel's Minutemen over the past 4 years. A program that does it right. And I think we've done the best we could, Jacob. I couldn't have done it without you. And for everyone else in the radio station, I think of immediately Jacob Munch, the first guy I ran into that told me about this great WMUA, and then Sean Oldred. From there it was Devin Dobek, Matty Poplawski. And then we took over as juniors, Jacob, and didn't look back. So I hate to look back now, but that's all we have left, and this is it for us. So I'd like to thank my parents, my girlfriend, all my friends back at home. been a true pleasure being able to do this. And now that'll do it for me. John Ruggiero signing off. The final time. Jacob.
An unfortunate ending to otherwise an incredible 4 years. That's about all I have to say. Again, thank you to my parents, my family, my grandparents, everybody that watches and listens. It's been a fun ride, that it has been. The Minutemen, they fall tonight for the final time of their season. 2-0 in the Hockey semifinals. Merrimack, they advance. They will play tomorrow night. The winner of Boston College versus UConn. For Ava Fernandez, Jacob Rep, for John Ruggiero. I am Jacob Repper.
That all season.
I've done that all season. I am Jacob Repper, signing off from 91.1 WMUA, the final time.
Thank you.